Dear new anime watcher, do you like the idea of being transported into a world where you're the most overpowered being in the continent? Girls drop their panties in your presence, and the realization that there's a clear end goal without the existential dread of being a corporate wage slave living off of small freedoms. Like in the real world. Welcome to my favorite genre, Isekai. Now if you're fresh off the Isekai truck, you should probably check out Rising of the Shield Hero, Konosuba, Overlord, Slime, SAO, The Devil's a Part-Timer, No Game No Life, ReZero, Yojo Senki, Log Horizon, and Dr. Stone. That last one's an Isekai, right? Veterans, you'll tell me. Time for the hard part. What's next? Some would say start watching the seasonal Isekai, but that would take way too goddamn long, and you need your crack hit now, so I've been watching all the Isekai accumulating over the seasons, and here they are, ready for your binging pleasure. Starting off, regarded as the perverted grandfather of all Isekai, Mushoku Tensei is the light novel that started it all. It created a genre single-handedly. Whether if that was better for worse, who knows? The show opens on our main character, an average 4chan user doing dirty deeds at an unacceptable price. Immediately after, he's kicked out and onto the streets. Cursing his life, he's pushed out into the crosswalk, backhanded by our favorite family man, Truck-kun. Now reincarnated as a baby to two adventurers, he is named Rudius Greyrat. Life is simple and all is well until a strange turn of events flips his life upside down. The world building and plot details really are what solidify this show to me. The pacing and the animation are the cherry on top. The show feels real. People die and the main character makes mistakes. This is definitely one of the shows you want to dive off the deep end with. The main character is a bit of a pedo, but we don't talk about that. As I've stated before, I'm not good at making Gundams, you know. Japanese middle schoolers, they just built diff. If I wanted to feel like I was good at making them, I would watch Knights and Magic. The concept is pretty straightforward. We open up on our average Reddit user, programmer, and mecha enthusiast as he dies on the job. Lol. But through this, he is reborn into a world of robots and magic. Now he gets to fulfill his dream of building the ultimate Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. Who the hell do you think he is? People regularly die in this show, and it goes from pretty lighthearted to a little bit gritty towards the end there. Definitely give it a watch if you're into the mecha genre. Continuing on with the mecha genre, because Japan can't seem to get enough of it, Seikishi Monogatari, an oldie, but a goodie. Truck-kun was on parental leave for this one, so our main character is transported via portal. Immediately, this takes a dark turn because our main protagonist, Kenshi, was summoned to assassinate the newly crowned empress. However, he doesn't know how to use a mech, so he gets his metal butt handed to him. Now, the empress recognizes his skill and his talent, so seeing as male pilots are exceedingly rare because, plot details, Kenshi is designated to attend the Mecha Academy with the Empress. As he's no longer a threat, there can't be any more terrorism, right? Up next is our second funniest Isekai, the cautious hero. The hero is overpowered but overly cautious. We follow Seiya, the stoic badman protag, who is only rivaled by Jotaro Kujo in the category of probably sleeping with your girl. From the get-go, this is not your ordinary protag. He's rude, he's indecent, and such a sharp focus on being as overpowered as possible, you'd think he had a weird fetish for it. Every episode we follow Seiya on his quest to beat the Demon Lord and bring peace to the double S-rank Badlands. Seiya is brutal on his quest to the top. He doesn't care about your feelings, all he cares about is leveling up, kicking butt, and chewing bubblegum, and he's all out of bubblegum. This is an extremely fun watch, go watch it. Okay, maybe you want your characters a bit more relatable. Here's the second funniest Isekai, Sentoin Hakenshimasu. Modern humanity is now under a centralized government run by the evil Kisaragi Corporation. After conquering planet Earth, Kisaragi sets its eyes to the stars, sending only their best agent and android to set up a base of operations to carry out interplanetary conquest. That best agent, by the way, is the crude, perverted Agent 6, feared by many as Zipper Man. Upon arrival on this new planet, it's discovered most of the humans have been wiped out by the evil Demon Lord. Wow, who could have guessed? How will Agent 6 set up a base of operations in this climate, in this economy? Who knows? Pretty fun watch, easily bingeable. Alright, so you want a slice of life isekai comedy with a female protag? I got you. Watashi no ryoku wa heikinshi de watashi no ryoku wa heikinshi de te Itayone. That's one handful of a title. Can you guess what it's adapted from? We join Mile on her quest for friends. I can relate. There's no real overarching story on this one, and the comedy kind of falls off after episode 5, but I would say watch the first 3 episodes and see if you're interested or not. Kenja no Mago. I've been waiting for this one. I did a review on this way back when, so watch that if you want my full opinions on this, but this show is astounding. The gall the light novel author has to not only create a trashy isekai, but to insert a harem magic high school element into it as well. This show is a masterclass in bad anime. The plot is nothing to write home about, the characters are so barely fleshed out they might as well be made of cardboard, and the animation is so bad it's probably outsourced to a Vietnamese sweatshop. But I love it anyway. It's so bad it's appalling. The minor details the author puts in feels like they were appealing to the tiniest of tiniest demographics that I happen to be a part of. He was born to 2 heroes, he was trained under the best retired sorcerers and knights in the kingdom. He can enchant armor better for the simple fact that he can understand earthly language. And on top of it all, his knowledge of science allows him to exponentially strengthen his magic powers. If that isn't my target demographic, I don't know what is. You should just go and watch it if you're anything like me, which I know you are. Isekai Cheat Magician. Kenja no Maga 2 Electric Boogaloo. I think I could put it best.
Psst, can I copy your homework? Yeah, sure. Just change it up so it doesn't look obvious I copied, right? Oh no, you can literally just copy it. Wait. What?
A bit on the lighter side, we have Hamefuro. Next Life is a Villainess. Easily top 10 isekai. Maybe it's because I'm a trash harem junkie, but this is so good. So good. It starts off as typical isekai do. Petite loner outcast gets pounded by large truck, bada boom bada bing, transported to another world. Our female lead is now sent to the world of a female dating sim, however, what awaits her is a brutal death. For you see, she has not been reborn as the main heroine, no. She has been reborn as the main antagonist, stuck-up noble Katarina Kleiss, who's engaged to the 3rd prince of the kingdom. Katarina's only option now is to avoid her death flag at the end of her sophomore year at all costs. Full of wacky hijinks and wholesome storytelling, this show's slice of life is crack for virgins, truly the best of the best, high quality, A5 Kobe Wagyu trash. Similar to Hamefura, but lower stakes, is a feel-good romance drama, Seijo no Marioku wa Banno desu. Sei is transported to a new world through a summoning spell, where she finds her ideal life among the Botanicals Research Center, creating potions, herbal medicines, and skincare products. God knows I need some of those. But her time is short-lived. You see, when Sei was summoned, she was the 2nd person to show up. The first, Ai, was meant to be the saint. Of course, she's named Ai. The saint would supposedly save the world from the blight rotting away the land, known as miasma. After discovering that Ai had very little affinity for magic, the turmoil created throughout the kingdom for the true saint began to emerge, thus leading to drama. Lots and lots of drama. Give it a watch if that sounds interesting. I found it to be quite bingeable. Another isekai with a female lead, Kumonande. Similar to Slime, only in the fact that our lead is reincarnated as a monster spider instead of a monster slime. However, this anime is not as simple as it may seem. Beyond the surface level lies a truth so secretive, they tell you in the 4th episode. Times have really changed, because back in my day, they'd lock it in a basement and wait 4 seasons to tell you. I digress. The world building aspects both help and hurt the story. On one hand, it's cool to see Kumoko slowly make her way out of the dungeon, but on the other hand, most of the outside world is told through her classmates, who were also reborn in this world. Nearly all of Kumoko's classmates were reborn into human races though, so we watched their academy life, adventuring, and the outside world all from their perspective. And my god are they stale. It's one thing to show them every once in a while through time skips and important bits, but Kumoko and her classmates have close to an identical amount of screen time. Kumoko is fun to watch and engaging, her thoughts are constantly present, she carefully constructs her moves and proactively keeps the audience engaged, whereas the classmates are mostly reactionary, hold bland conversations, are full of edgy angst, and act like they don't think. Anyway, half of the show is amazing material. I'd say skip the other half, but maybe if it's your kind of thing, just go watch it. Now, if you really enjoyed Shield Hero, but you think someone needed to defecate on it, throw it away, and then burn the dumpster, here's a Referetta. Easily one of the better trash isekai out there. Decent animation, nice power progression, and the waifus are easily stacked. Many of the same tropes are played out here, as in Shield Hero, underpowered isekai immigrant is outcasted by the existing society, learns how to make his ability overpowered through sheer angstful will, and now is that guy. A definite watch, especially with Season 2's announcement and delay. Alright, so you wanted something a little bit trashy, kinda like Overlord, but the main character actually has less of a personality, but makes up for it by actually having a brain. Mao-sama retry. The discount Overlord. Of course, I prefer it for the obvious reasons. Akira Ono, an online game manager, one day wakes up to find himself transported into the game world as his character, Kunai. That's Kunai. After being transported, he meets with a girl named Aku. Aku. Who calls him the Demon Lord. What wacky hijinks will they get themselves into? It's a pretty fun watch. Now let's say you wanted to defecate on Overlord. Throw it out, burn the dumpster, spread the ashes across a garbage dump, incinerate that garbage dump, spread the ashes on a landfill, and burn that landfill. How not to summon a Demon Lord? With a title like that, can you guess what it's adapted from? Easily paving its own way in the isekai space, it starts out all the same. A NEET who spent most of his life playing through one game finds himself transported to that very same game, but only in the middle of an enslavement ritual. He always keeps an Uno reverse card on hand though, and now he has two waifus as slaves. Donning the name Diablo in his new world, he seeks to be the one true Demon King, and gets into wacky hijinks due to his hubris. It's a pretty fun watch. Alright, here's where the trash gets rancid. Proceed with caution. Death March to a Parallel World Rhapsody is a story of Sato, an average Reddit user programmer, again, who dies, again, on the job. Lol. However, upon his arrival, he's attacked by an army of lizardmen. Equipped with his skills from beta testing though, Sato destroys the entire army with his one all-consuming skill that doesn't rely on stats or mana. A game-breaking bug they hadn't taken out of the game yet. Now maxed out in all stats, money, and levels, the power fantasy begins. But that's it in terms of combat. Literally no meaningful combat happens after that. The rest of his time is spent gathering the Infinity Girls to add to his Infinity Harem. I watched all of this, I'm not proud of it, but I did it. If any of you edge boys were looking for something psychological and gritty, well, you won't find it here. Standing on a Million Lives is the most bland attempt at trying to make an isekai gritty. At most, it would be damp. We follow Yotsuya, an average high school boy who is transported to another world. In this world, Yotsuya is tasked with 2 other members to complete quests given by the game master. Upon completion of each quest, the party gets an additional member, an answer to 1 question, and the ability to return home. During each quest, time is stopped in the real world, and if the quest is not completed, they will not be able to return, adding some stakes to the plot. However, everything is not as it seems. This world filled with magic and fantastical creatures is in fact a parallel universe Earth. The people who are killed are real, as are all the monsters. This opens up a bunch of character progression and development among the characters, but the show falls flat. Yotsuya, upon learning that he's been killing real people, is shaken up, but is perfectly content with it afterwards. No trauma, no regret, he learns to accept his actions so quickly that it's stale. The animation also looks like someone was just slapping their fingers against a drawing tablet, but give it a watch if you're interested. Alright, I'm gonna say this title. Can you guess what the gimmick is? Isekai wa smartphone no tomo ni. Alright, if you didn't guess it, congratulations, you're probably Diamond in League of Legends. God accidentally strikes Toya with lightning, instantly killing him. So to atone, God sends Toya to another world, overpowered and with anything he wants. Like the phone zombie Gen Zer he is, he chooses his smartphone. He gets the God Plus data plan and an unlimited phone battery, and he's off. Easily maneuvering through all obstacles in his way, Toya creates his harem, complete with twins, getting into wacky hijinks with lots and lots of sexual frustration. Not too proud of this one either. Now, with an astounding 5.71 on Mal, Master of Ragnarok is literally the worst isekai. With the exact same concept as the previously mentioned isekai, Yuto is transported with his smartphone. However, he's transported to the distant past? Yes, he's transported to a land heavily influenced by Norse mythology, with very basic combat magic. armed with his solar-powered smartphone, yes, you heard me right, solar-powered, like a goddamn calculator, Yuto harnesses the power of Google to search up winning strategies in order to win land. The anime is dog, but I watched all of it, so please send help. Alright, Seirei Gensoki, Tsuki ga Michibiku, and Make You Black are currently airing, but those are definitely ones to look out for. That's been my list of the Isekai recommendations that you should probably go binge right now. Catch some Z's, 316, out.